Hey everyone! My name is Sherson Lakmanyan from BS at 2B Science. And for the 30 lessons that was presented, I choose to talk about the sex education that would be mandatory in all schools. And let's talk about the Philippines. As we all know, Philippines is a very conservative country since it was colonized by the Spaniards. And talking about premarital sex would probably disgust the close-minded people over there. And Philippines is a Christian country. They certainly practice sex after marriage, or we also call post-marital marriage, and they do believe that virginity is the very big gift that wives could give to their husbands. But in this generations, many adolescents engaging premarital sex already. Maybe it because of peer pressure, curiosity, and on what they have seen on social media that increase their imaginative about sex, and that leads to pregnancy and impregnation. Overpopulation is one of the problem in our country, and having enough knowledge about sex education would decrease the number of unplanned pregnancy. Most of the countries who has a mandatory lesson about sex education have become developed countries. Let's talk about the background of the Philippines, why they do believe such things. As we all know, Philippines was colonized by Spaniards, and most of the time Spaniards thought Philippines or the Filipinos that committing premarital sex is a big sin, or it called mortal sin. And during that time, Filipinos tend to obey what the Spaniards taught unto them to be able to save and to escape hell. But after the colonization of Spaniards, the American came, and the American contributed formal education, liberty, and gradually opposite from what Spanish have taught to the Filipinos. And as a millennials in this generation, it is my responsibility and accountability to be responsible enough for my own action, and face any consequences that resulted from it. I should be more I should be more knowledgeable to oversee what would be the consequences and what the action I did.